Thank you for tuning back into Boss Lady News, and I'm hoping that you guys are having a wonderful time out there. And I'm gonna introduce you to my first guest. His name is Paul Denis, and you guys might know him on Facebook as Pillsbury. How are you doing today?
Not too bad. Not too
we
bad.
match.
We worked it out.
Apparently.
You told me not to wear the earth tones, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, it looks good on you.
Works.
So you don't only have to wear the earth tones.
No.
Now you know.
Other things work.
How's your day going today?
Yeah, a little sluggish, but you know, it's early. You got to get started.
Got to get started. Got to get it moving.
First thing.
The hardest part of waking up in the morning is actually getting up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know,
the physical part.
It's the physical part.
Physically getting out of the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a studio in Somerville known as Dream Stars Studio.
Dream Star Studio.
Tell me about that.
Dream Star Studios, that's a company I started, I would say, approximately 3 years ago. It's a recording studio, mainly. What we try to focus on is production, the engineering, the craft itself, and just offering a solid service at an affordable rate, you know, as far as music recording is concerned.
For the artists?
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly. Local, we have people come from out of town. But yeah, I mean, the focus is, you know, mainly to get quality music recorded in the local area, hopefully by local artists, and pushing it to the masses. So that's what we do.
Yeah. And this isn't your first time on the stage. So just so you guys know, I'm actually following up now with Paul, and I know you've got quite a few people that are really, really coming in.
Right.
You want to give a shout out to anybody out there that's coming to the stage, or coming to the stage?
Hey.
That's a whole nother topic we're going to talk about.
Segue there.
But you want to give a shout out to some of the people who stopped into the studio?
Yeah, I mean, as of this year, we've been working pretty closely with certain artists. Danita, as you may know, we've been doing a few singles with her. Linked her up with some of my producers that I have in-house. Debonair is actually who's working with her. You know, a few other artists that I've used for showcases. Eric Michael's doing a lot.
Eric Michael, yes,
yeah, he's
actually.
doing a lot around, yeah.
Yeah, I got a brief little interview with him when he performed out in Brockton.
Nice, nice, yeah, good, solid artist. People like Tanya DeBarros. She did one of my last showcases. Just reaching out to anybody that's really, you know,
interested in their talent.
Exactly,
yeah.
And focused on it, you know, taking it to that next level, doing videos and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and speaking of that, when it comes to Boston, I've noticed that it's really difficult to kind of weed through the people who are serious about their business and being an artist and those who are not.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that? What do you see going on?
I think with everybody, you got to give them a shot. You're going to run into all types of scenarios, all types of people. But yeah, I think it's a true myth, if you will, where some people just aren't really focused, or maybe they got life, you know, they got kids, they got school, they got things going on where they can't really home in to the music. But then there's other people that have all that stuff going on but still have that passion and desire, and they find a way, you know, somehow they make time. So, you know, you want to focus with people that really have the desire. That way you're not chasing somebody for their own, you know, dreams, if you will.
Not babysitting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you said you have a few different producers in studio.
Yeah, in studio. So
you being one of them?
I am one of them. I produce. I've been doing that heavy for the next, I mean, not for the next, but for the past couple years. Look to do it for the next, you know, some odd years. I've got a gentleman I mentioned a second ago by the name of Debonair. He does a lot production-wise, also engineering. Guy by the name of Victor Rads. He does a lot. He's been working with certain artists in the area. Black L. Durkin, he works with pretty closely. Artist by the name of Mo Pope, who does a lot. He's been working with Famous Nobodies he does a lot with. So certain producers might home in on certain groups or artists, but we try to keep it pretty well-rounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between a producer and an engineer? Like, I've never actually known the difference between the two.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good question. Producer would be mainly the person making the beat, if you will, you know, doing the key or arranging the music per se. And the engineer is actually the person that gets the music, puts it onto the software, and records, you know, the artist, and actually takes care of the technical side of things.
Okay.
So not so much creatively, but they do, you know, sort of like fixing and tweaking of the vocals and music.
Okay.
So that's what an engineer
Yeah, I've
would
never
do.
known the difference between
Yeah.
the two, but I know that people do get really, you know, iffy or picky or, you know, aggravated if you call them one thing and that's not
And
exactly
it's not,
what
right,
they are.
Right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. There is a difference, but you know, even with that, most of the people I'm affiliated with, you know, wear a couple hats, so might be able to produce here and engineer a little bit as well.
Now, do you only produce and engineer yourself?
I do not. I produce, I engineer. I'm an artist myself.
You're an artist.
Yeah. So I do focus on that. It's not primary, but it's definitely something that I do.
Okay.
It stemmed, you know, back a while ago, high school, years rapping and stuff, and you know, it's carried on. So the urge is always there. So I own a studio. Why not do a song or two here and there? You know?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? So yeah. So I've got you know, a project I'm working on that should be out, you know, mid to early summer.
Now tell my audience, how can they get in touch with you and exactly the address of the studio? Give all that good information.
All right. So yeah, I'm located at 62B Summer Street in Somerville. That's right outside of Union Square, Market Basket, if you're familiar with that.
Market Basket.
Everybody
That's how I was able to find it.
Exactly. I throw that landmark out there all the time. You can find me on Twitter under Dreamstar Studios or Dreamstar Stu, S-T-U. Pillsbury is actually spelled P-I-L-Z space B-U-R-Y. That's on Facebook. You can find me there, as well as Instagram.
It's hard to keep up with all these social media streams. Oh my goodness,
I'm like thinking of which one,
I know.
What's the next one?
Which one didn't I say yet, right?
Exactly.
So here's a question, really quickly, because we're about to cut to a brief PSA. What's a song that's on your playlist that nobody would expect?
They wouldn't expect. I would say, I don't know, I would say.
It's a tough question for a lot of people.
Maybe like a Sade, you know,
okay.
Like, you know, Sweetest Taboo or something like that. You know,
so you're laid back, want to relax sometimes.
Definitely.
Sade is so beautiful.
Soothing, you know.
Timeless, ageless, just hasn't hasn't changed. I don't know how she does it.
No, doesn't age.
Doesn't age at all. So, where are we gonna be seeing you? What's the next event or the next thing, you know, in April that you're gonna be doing?
Okay, so coming up, I have what I did in January. So it's a follow-up to what I called Ladies First. It's the Hip Hop Ladies of Boston. Had at least 10 artists, just about, female rappers that came up and did their thing. It was a hit, smash. People loved it.
I was there. Was that the one that was at church?
Church. I didn't see you, but you were in there somewhere.
I was there. I told you I was there.
You did. You did.
You guys, you invite me out to something, you might not catch me, but I know. Okay?
She'll be in the building.
I'll be in the building. If I don't bring my camera, just look for the locks. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for coming out. And I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to listen to some of his music. And I did get a chance to go down to the stage, Dreamstar Studio. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful time. This is Paul Dennis, and we're going to cut to a brief PSA. We'll be right back.